They published 200 articles before we started working with them. Zero growth, stagnation, straight as a line, nothing happened. Within the fifth article, I think, we were already killing it, doubling traffic. Our website, for example, has one page. So that's the best thing you can do, because then what I've got, regardless of the content on my website, which is zero, which is the landing page, I've got leads coming to me that they were recommended by Perplexity or ChatGPT.
This is Jairo Guerrero, and he started as a software engineer, not as a marketer, which is exactly why he sees SEO completely different. A decade ago, he realized something most developers completely miss: that traffic moves revenue more than technology does. So he went deep. He's helped clients dominate the marketplace so completely that the business sold for multi-millions. And he's also co-founder of Organic Hackers, where he runs technical-first SEO for enterprise brands. He's one of the very few people in AI search that's actually running live experiments. Jairo, welcome to Ask an Expert. What's the most expensive small technical issue you've seen on a big site, and what did it break in the business?
HTML dependent on JavaScript. And that is the main problem with JavaScript rendered HTML. When you fix and you serve the content, HTML can be blocks or sections of the website, or it can be content literally that it is a piece of an article or a piece of a page. If that is not available, then that impacts the entire website. Let's think about a product page. The product page that for example, I fixed with a client. The product page, the description of the product page was not available after the JavaScript rendered, and we checked in Google Search Console and it was not rendered at all. Now we fixed that. We made the content available on the documents without waiting for JavaScript to render it. And it didn't take that much, but the impact was massive because we had over 10,000 pages with an enhanced content description. And actually the impact was, 20% extra traffic within 8 weeks after the fixes. So if you have 1 million pages, you have 1 million pages problem. But if you fix it, if you take away, which probably will take one fix, because usually websites work in templates.
And when enterprise teams call you, what's the usual situation?
So that is actually the actual problem, the money problem. They have a massive website. They have a lot of value. They have proprietary content that is nowhere else available. And they still struggle to grow. But their market is still very, very big, and the market grows. But there is disparity between the growth of the market and their own growth. They're actually stagnating or are decreasing their traffic. They try to generate more content, make the pages even better. But then when I check the website, it's like, but you guys, like, all the links are rendered with JavaScript. So there's no way that crawlers will ever find all the pages. So that is the problem. We have too much value and we don't see anything in return from it.
What's like the first 3 things that you would probably check, prioritize, that would move the needle?
The very first one that I check is crawlability. For example, I know that the website has whatever 1,000 pages. I crawl it, and then I see if the amount of pages that Google knows matches with the amount of pages in the crawl, and matches with the amount of pages in the report of pages on Google, and matches the amount of pages that bring value. And I'm always trying to spot, if that is not the case, if there's a huge gap, I try to close that gap as much as possible. So I take the least revenue returning pages, and then I see what's happening there, why they are not returning anything. And I take the most successful pages, let's say the most successful content, and I start cutting the gap on that manner. And then most specifically, I like to check the reports of Google when there is alternate pages, canonicalized pages, when there is duplicated pages, when there's multiple versions of the same page because the canonicals are not working. So everything concerning to have a very consistent asset. I like to check also the internal links. So what I look at the internal linking is like the pixels of a camera. So the more internal links that you have on a website, the more clear picture you have of the image of the website. Let's say that a website has like 1,000 pages, and then we have 1,000 internal links. So that means that the ratio is 1:1, and it doesn't make sense because one page should have hundreds of links. So our 1,000 pages website should have 10,000 internal links. So if you have 1,000 internal links to 1,000 pages, there is a broken website because there's no value in the internal linking, which is how Google discovers.
What's the most common task that you've seen that looks urgent, but it's actually a distraction?
I think it depends on different stages. If we talk, for example, only about technical SEO, I'd say that we never start with the website speed. People come without requests. We want our website to be fast as possible, but we never start with it. It's something that we improve along the campaigns that we run. I see many businesses saying, yeah, we need to build our backlink portfolio, or our backlinks need to grow by 2,000 because our competitor has 2,000 extra backlinks. If you want to build a lot of backlinks and your website is broken, what's the point? Like, backlinks will come to a broken site and it won't bring any benefit to it. So I will focus on that one first. And maybe with the current domain strength that you have and a good technical SEO, then you will achieve a lot more than just popping in new backlinks.
What would you say are the real blockers inside of companies to implement an audit?
We actually stopped doing audits because it was a waste of time for us and a waste of money for our clients. Because then after we deliver that 200 pages presentation or a PDF or everything that needs to be fixed and how to be fixed, the actual benefit of understanding what is wrong is to be able to fix it. We don't do that because it never ended well. We checked a few months later, hey, how is it going? Nothing happened. Now we don't deliver audits. We have a pipeline of 10 or 20 missions that we need to complete. We upfront say, we are gonna work with you to fix everything, and we don't move to the next task until we don't have fixed the current one. Well, we give one solution. If that is not possible, we give another. If that is not possible, we have a plan B, C, D, and G. Also, when a company is asking for an audit, the people doing the audit is usually with a higher understanding of SEO, so they know what to fix and how to fix it. But then if you just buy the audit and then let the people go that did the audit, then you come with an audit to execute with people that don't have the level of expertise to actually fix it. So what is the point of buying an audit? So yeah.
You ranked a brand in AI overviews within 24 hours. And what I'd like to know, and for our viewers, is what was the unfair advantage?
Actually, it was less. The first time that I checked, it was 12 hours. They say 12 hours below the result, but I didn't screenshot it. Mostly we have the unfair advantage that we have the luck. We are privileged to work with good brands. We work with companies that are being in the business 20 years.
Right. Okay.
That if they are a brand in their niche. So
Yeah.
it is the brand asset. The thing is, it was not only that. To our credit, they publish 200 articles before we started working with them. Zero growth, stagnation, as straight as a line. Nothing happened. Why it didn't happen? Because of quality of the content. What we did is to focus on content first, that is transactional. So they weren't ranking for the core keyword, which is the product they sell. And I was like, okay, you didn't even appear for that in the 100 results. You're one of the best brands in this niche. Now let's fix that. So the collection page and the product page was not something that we could get hands into because it was very specific and we couldn't improve or add more content. It was just what it is, and you don't get anything around it. It was more focused from the blog. So we started writing transactional blogs on how to choose specific items. So we were like, okay, so maybe there is a demand for how to find this type of products or how to decide which product to buy. So we focused on that, and because the brand knowledge, we created very thorough articles of all the benefits of each product. So a very, very good guide on how to buy those products. And that made it in less than a day to the top everything. It was on ChatGPT. It was every time that you search for that term, they appear number one. The best thing about it is like we didn't have to publish a lot. Within the fifth article, I think, we were already killing it, doubling traffic. And we realized that we were not only improving the traffic of those items that we wrote, but other articles that we never even touched, didn't even think about it, they started growing traffic as well. But yeah, we did like an entire uplift. Leads increased 17%, traffic increased 5%. It was a really good case.
If a company came to you now and we've got viewers watching and they've got zero brand visibility in AI, what would be the single most important thing that they would build or should build this week or immediately?
I've lost a couple of prospects to other agencies because they say that we are not doing SEO for ourselves. So we're not writing articles and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, that is not the only way to do SEO. Our website, for example, has one page, but we have recorded each like 4 or 5 podcasts last year. I'm participating constantly on articles on different websites. I publish content constantly on LinkedIn. I got leads coming to me that they were recommended. I was recommended by Perplexity or ChatGPT. LinkedIn content is also indexable, and you can find results from LinkedIn posts, not only the articles that they have in posts. Because of our podcasts, because of all our presence outside our website, even without content, you can have the leverage of visibility. Brands for B2B, on B2B that are not live in AI or they don't have a strong brand yet, just go to social media. So the website pretty much is just the capture of the demand that they generated anywhere else. So go to generate that demand, and then the website will just capture all of that.
Cairo, thank you so much for being on the show. Ask an Expert. You really are an expert within your niche. And I'll post the links in the description below how you can get Cairo on LinkedIn, and also you can check out his agency page as well. Thank you everyone for watching, and we would like to bring on the guests that you would like to see on the show. If you've got any recommendations, drop them in the comment. And if you want to know more about AI search, you might want to check this video out here.